Wait, I just realized that because I have food right beside me, I rather should not show that. But I haven't set up anything to make it so that I can just press a button to hide the face cam, which I mean, what the fuck? No, what is this shit? No. Do not be saying all of my file, all of it has been lost. Do not fucking dare. This shouldn't be possible. There was no formatting of any kind. I'm really fucking confused that nothing was moved fucking anywhere. No, 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 no. What the fuck has happened? I'm sorry. This is possibly the worst start to a stream I have ever fucking had. This doesn't make sense. It's in the same fucking place. It was not fucking moved. Why did it just get removed? Why? There's no way I could have ever made any form of a fucking backup because of how they do things. It was also the most recent fucking file. No, no, no. Right, this might as well be the fucking finale if the game has decided to be an arse. Now I've got to actually lock this up. I didn't do anything to make it so that the game would just self-destruct. No, what the fuck? Like, if I... Like, you can even fucking see. Recent files. And see my situation. And see very clever naming schemes. I mean, you don't have that beyond. But then against professional. Why? It's in the file, like, it's in my main storage file. Well, not star, but... It is in my main place for stuff being stored away. As in literally the E area. I just called the thing new volume. I didn't know that. I don't know as to why I did it. I don't even know how it did it. Like, what the fuck did I even do? Because to my knowledge, I have done nothing. It just randomly upped and deleted it. How? Is it because it got... Is it because I was changing the day and time on it so much? There's... I didn't even get to have a fucking intro. Yeah, so I'll just have this terribleness. Or actually... Wait, yeah, I have started fucking recording. Just have some copyright-free music that technically don't have, but it's from this game, so it's fine. Yeah, so just have that whilst you see me try and sort shit out. Because I'm really confused why the file disappeared. Because I can try just HeartGold itself to see if anything has even changed. Because it was not that, because I definitely changed the name of it because of what I had to start off with. And also there's a fucking log of it. Granted, it's not the most helpful thing in the world, because all it does is this stuff changing the universal Pokemon randomizer. And literally all it does, i.e. for my case, removes trade evolutions. So that doesn't help me at all. Because if I click on Psychic type in HG, then why? Fucking why? And what I'm not wanting to hear or even see is a slightly older save file. Seriously, if this is fucked up, what the fuck is this shit? I am so confused. What the fuck has happened? Has the emulator just decided to fuck up? 'Cause I feel like it has. Because those save files were working beforehand. So I think the only thing I can attempt to do to save myself is you just have that situation that you do not get to see anything. Okay, I'm actually having to look on a website for recovery just to see if any of this can help. This isn't how I want this to go. I have no idea as to why it decided to just give up. Like, I can absolutely be sure, like, they didn't disappear. I still have the files themselves. I genuinely do not know as to how the file within the game disappeared. And because of how it is, it's not just HeartGold, because I just tested it with why it's not there. So, I don't know how long this is going to take. I didn't use save states because, you know, that's against the rules, but I don't know how the emulator just deleted every single save file associated with it. I didn't think to check this because I didn't have a reason to know. Like, it was just out of the fucking blue. Why did they do it? There's one thing I like. I'm genuinely gonna see if I can get the files to appear if I somehow run it administrator. Because if that is somehow the case, then that is weird. Otherwise, as of right now, I don't know what the fuck to do. Nope, it's not there. That didn't help. It's some fucking applications work if you put in administrator form, but I'm guessing not this one. This isn't how I wanted this to fucking go. I had no reason to know it would just do that. Problem is that I'm somehow gonna have to... I'm definitely not in states, because I... It definitely acknowledges it, but why does it seem like all of it has been removed? It really does fucking seem like it has just been removed. I'm basing it off the fact that all of it is from data that exists today. So what this is saying is that I can't complete it because that would mean doing the streams again, and I do not want to do that. It took me fucking forever to get anywhere close to where I did. That many hours, I don't have that effort at all. It would take way too much effort. Because I'm looking at it now. Definitely not in the I stuff. Like, it definitely is not in the case of it being in, like, certain program files. I'm pretty sure it is not. I may have to actually check if it is. Because as of right now, I'm hating myself. Actually, I have no reason to hate me. I had no... I didn't expect anything going in that files would be fucked up. I know, I'm wanting you to not suffer the pain I am of trying to go through so many fucking files. I'm wondering, where the fuck is it? Because I didn't save it in program files x86, and don't think it's going to be in regular program files, which it isn't. I'm pretty sure it's also not on the C drive version. It isn't. Yeah, so it's literally just on the desktop. Just straight up. Just I see this Yumi X432R underscore X64. Why is it done this? Why? I have no fucking clue. Like, it says that the thing would supposedly be in the DSV file. Problem is that because of how it is, it's trying to make it seem like, oh, it was only created today. Well, it says date modified. So that's but then they're also new and it's not indicating anything from beforehand. In what way will I going to fucking know that it was just gonna fucking break? Actually, let me just genuinely try if Spider-Man Web of Shadows. I know this shouldn't be seen, but I don't care. I want to know if the save file exists. Okay, nope, something has happened. I don't even have a save file at all. Just all of it is gone. I am in severe pain. The only other option I could potentially have is downloading a different version of the same fucking emulator. Like, I kind of remember having a problem with Tajumi before. Well, I know I had to download like the 3D version just so I can get stuff running properly. But as of right now, I don't know. The best I can likely do is just try potentially the newest one to see if it even exists. Because it does say 2019, which is interesting. Oh, fuck off. What? I mean... Oh god, that looks weird. But I do not know if running it under a different emulator will save it. Like, save it from ruination. Like, was it? Like, potentially it was a bad idea to just have the ROMs be in one place. But I did not have a problem with it before. So why is it I have to have a problem with it now? I genuinely couldn't fucking tell you. Nope. No, okay, it's not wanting to play ball. It really does not want to play ball at all. Downloading a newer version has not helped in any way in the slightest. I just can't. This is the only stream I couldn't... The only Pokemon stuff that I couldn't finish. Because the game... I don't even know as to what fucking happened. I genuinely could not tell you. Why did it do it? I don't know why. See if it's on support. Okay, I'm seeing a thing with like drive letters to change, but it's an E. It never changed because it's not like one of my memories, well, one of my USB sticks where, yeah, that ends up, actually no, even those stayed the same. The E drive can't because that's like an external drive pretty much. Like 2 terabytes of the damn thing. I don't know how this has happened. Yes, I know I may have had to clear some stuff up, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't like so recent in the gap between last Tuesday and this Tuesday. What the f... what you are genuinely watching is just someone in pain, and not the pain that would be banned straight off Twitch. No, the pain that at first someone's gonna think is funny, but then the realization hits them, like, it's not close to funny at all. There's nothing fun in it. I just do not know as to how. And the problem, clearly DSV files have disappeared somehow into the fucking ether. Because hey, Howie, suffer with me because the file no longer exists. Somehow the emulator I was using just decided, like, I don't know when it did it, sometime in between, like, obviously last stream and now. Well, I guess not now, but shortly before, it just decided, yeah, I'm just gonna delete these files, we don't need them. Well, I'm not wanting to really find out is that somehow they were in the fucking recycling bin, because that would be... Wait, what? I'm seeing stuff from 30th of October in this... I may... hang on, I may have somehow recovered it, because for some reason it decided to put the stuff in the bin. I did not put any of the stuff in the bin, but I am genuinely seeing... I just checked the recycling bin. Like, I will fucking show it right here, right now. I guess. Is it main screen? I don't know. I hope that what I just did... I need to change this to... Yes, you can just about see. Actually. What? But yeah. I just noticed on fucking 30th of October. Like, that state is supposed to be for the Zumi. Doing this does not help. Oh. But you can see that it says states. I don't know as to why it's wanting to buffer so much. But if somehow it just randomly wants to delete files, because yeah, I am not seeing anything else in here I need. Somehow we may have actually salvaged this. When I say we, I mean my unintentional intelligence. It just comes out of nowhere. Let's just full on check this. Wait, is it even gonna do that one? Did it just write on over it? Yeah, just full on bit over it. It says it's the right one there, so I would genuinely fucking see if this wants to fucking work. Mainly trying with flying types in white, a fine we don't need. But if it exists, it's good enough. Fucking get in! I recovered the fucking files. We're not out of the bin just yet. I can't believe that just before Halloween, it decided to fucking put... Oh, do you like how this looks? Am I needing to change it? But I'm shocked that whatever happened on the day just before Halloween, it decided to try and remove my files. And that wasn't even me, like, I was genuinely trying to fucking lock up, like, ways to possibly recover it. And the only reason why I considered looking at the recycling bin is because it was a severe last-ditch effort. Because, you know, I hadn't heard of the DSV files and it's like, well, I didn't delete them. But I'm still gonna check recycling bin because normally that's where they would go. And whilst we look at that glowing scene, I am in need of taking a piss. Where the fuck? Oh, my phone. It's on the thing. So can do that so you did not see me. And it still actually looks fine-ish. Not the greatest, because I had to make the small screen even smaller. It's better than nothing. I think this absolutely deserves celebratory muffins. Which, this may be professionally unprofessional, but that does not include eating. And no, it's not ASMR. Okay, now, there is one item I'm trying to wonder when it was a thing. What's up? The expert belt. Oh, it's in Mount Silver itself. I have no idea which Pokemon to use it on. But what it does is boost stab, well, not stab moves, but boosts super effective moves. By how much did it say? Of 20%, is that the same as literally any other item? Like black belt. Yes, it is. So it could be considered worth getting. I guess it's just a have it for novelty. I was on first floor, southern chamber. Okay, just north of the entrance to the main chamber. That requires serve and waterfall. Do I not have that situation, or did I not do it because I didn't think I'd be needing surf and waterfall again? I just hope that somehow the files don't just disappear again. Cause yeah, what? Yeah. Okay. Can I not just get another Pokemon and waste more time? Oh wait, none of these can even learn. Oh, okay. Now just let me search up Pokemon that can learn fucking Waterfall. Just any. Oh, we can just catch a Wooper. Aha! Now, is Wooper in the position, location I am thinking of? Specifically the route underneath Fire City. Oh, route 32 at night. Okay, so yeah, it actually is just what I was thinking. Good, because then I can just fly over there. Look, it's got 95% encounter rate. Better number than what I've had to do with before. With or without trying to grind for it. And I hope I am not getting that type of jump scare again. Like, there are times when stuff like that is just not funny. Actually, any time that you lose a save file is not funny. Because, what if it was a save file with, like, 500 hours on it? But then is it worse to lose, like, all of your stuff on a multiplayer game when you did nothing wrong? Or all of it to be deleted on a single player file? Because both are equally, well, I can't say both are equally bad. I mean, they are both bad, but which one is overall worse? You have to just No, it does not depend on anything, both are just shit. And I've had to deal with only one of them. Single player finals being deleted. Like, not even by my own choice, just the game decided to be an arse. So the grinding realistically at this point should have started like 14 minutes ago. And yeah, due to some incompetence, not even from me, it could not have started then. Okay, yep, that's funny. This is exactly what I wanted to come back to. Not only am I having to fight my own PC for deciding to try and delete necessary files, but also the ROM/emulator itself for deciding to just fuck with me. What is tonight, honestly? I don't know. I will never know what it is. Only this time I can just go straight there, but why? That is twice within a small span of time of two unexpected things ruining my progress. Yes, granted, one I should have expected, but considering how infrequent it is, trying to predict when it's gonna happen often's not possible. Also, are you there, Howie, or are you just lurking? Okay, how is it I was able to get... Oh, God. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's understandable for why you're likely not saying much. When you say Word, are you using like the internet version of Word or downloaded version of Microsoft Word? Because most of the time I use downloaded version of Word and most of the time it works. And why doesn't this Rupert want to get in the fucking ball? Like, it was first encounter and also first Pokeball, and now it's wanting to be an arse. How is this happening? You sly little minx. Still doing it. I don't know how. Very fucking good. To get one fucking Wooper. How is it that on the run I get lucky is the one I can't fucking use? Because for some reason it decides to glitch out as soon as I enter Mount Silver without saving before, because I didn't think I would need to this early. Like, I'm pretty, you know, I've mentioned just a few times that it's just HeartGold Silver that does it. No others. Which means when I get to Black 2 and White 2, which I will say right now, it's likely going to be ground type. Which is also going to have this guy being the main MVP, the main guy. At least that is the potential plan. Because yes, I fully did look up all the ones you can get of each type of the ones I haven't used yet. And Dragon, I'm only getting like, what, 5? They're not even essentially options. And even then, I would have to make it so that I get a dino off of the start, but then grind so much as just get a high dragon right before the champion. And then I think I was... Oh, was I considering fire before? I might have been. Might have been one of those times where I had quite a few options. And also was potentially just considering bug, because I wanted at least at one point to use Pincer, because I don't think I ever used Pincer, solely due to the fact that it's a bug type that for the longest time just did not get bug moves. It got fire moves, but then by the time we got like good fire moves, just use Heracross. Yes, quad weakness to flying, but offensively, Heracross is just so good. Wait, where did it say the thing was? It says Southern Chamber. Oh wait, hang on. Not there, but what, here? There we go. Oh, why didn't I do not exactly care about the Twitch X YouTube's collection. I've never collected any YouTubers one, so why would I get any from Twitch? I honestly don't know. Okay, without speed open, without trying to like, put all of this into a time lapse, I'm expecting, if we're counting, like to grind all of the team up, well, the necessary 3 remaining members up to 64. My speed will likely take roughly half an hour. That is my estimation for right now, meaning roughly 9 PM. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Wait, now I feel like... This is only better for me. I'm just gonna leave that as it is. I know that looked like it was Babe and fucking moved. But... best I can attempt to do. That's it completely pissing me off. Wait, I forgot to put Lucky Egg on. Not the first time I've done that trick. Will not be the last. Especially since I rarely ever have the Lucky Egg. Because it's usually black 2 and white 2 I have it, and only then. So, at least this grind is going to be entirely one-shot sweeps. But it's not like Gen 5 where at least health bars move fast. So for thinking ahead Dark Souls wise, I have considered one run. I don't know what run to turn for it to be, but the basis idea of it is spear only run, but it's whether I do winged spear so that I don't have to go through the trouble of grinding for a regular spear off of the hollow soldiers that potentially have one, because I swear it's low chances. Is it 1 to 2%? At least it fucking feels like it. Or turn it into a hollow soldier cosplay run. Where I end up getting to, well, okay, the armor I still have to choose, and shield I still have to choose. But then I get to choose between doing it with a longsword or spear. Or crossbow. But I'm not gonna make myself suffer so much as I use a fucking crossbow. I have rarely ever used them in Dark Souls. And I'm pretty sure that it's just gonna stay that way. Like, it's bad enough doing the fucking broken straight sword run. That is so bad that it's actually taken up more time to not even get halfway than other fucking runs have. Like, I genuinely checked, it took what? It's taken more time than the one that I just called random shit, because it was this random generator run. And then I think it took more time than the Bolden I won. Oh, Gina. If it's gonna be like a fucking thunderstone, don't give it. But yeah, either wing spear or hollow soldier cosplay run. I'm gearing more towards cosplay run to always make it different than just using a weapon and then getting free reign on the armor and shield. Because I've done 3 cosplay runs. Yeah, I've done Siegmeyer, Boulder Knight, and Nico. Compared to, what was it? S-Stock, Dagger, and random shit generator, although that's not specific weapon. I kinda was, because I was using Man Serpent Greatsword, which is ended up being good, so it's not really a challenge. So I guess just, well, Dagger, S-Stock, and Broken Straight Sword mean that that's 3 for 3. So I would actually have to just go back to doing cosplay run. and check if anyone has done Hollow Soldier. Because if someone has, then go for the more difficult Hollow Warrior. I say more difficult? Weapon-wise, likely not, because Battle Axe is fucking great. But at the same time, pretty sure it's got like terrible shield, and also the armor stats are just worse than what Hollow Soldier has. But I think it's lighter. But in both cases, there's nothing for the arms like at all. Like you got head, chest plate, and the legs are barely covered, but they still do more protection than other things. But then nothing for the arms at all. Which, if you have seen part 2 of the run, the broken six of the run, you would know my situation with the braces / gauntlets that only go up to like shortly before the elbow. That's a terrible angle to give it, but pretty much roughly there. Well, actually, sometimes they just go halfway up the arm itself and don't even reach anywhere near the elbow. Which, you know, ends up being a problem if the chest plate just goes up to like wherever the shoulder ends and doesn't extend downwards. Because often they don't. And I'm mainly mentioning Winged Spear, which is something I may have to do or not if I just do Hollow Soldier with Spear. But for some reason, they made the Spear and Winged Spear like the same weapon in pretty much everything apart from, you know, looks, because the Spear is quite chunky and then the Winged Spear is thin as shit. But that does not work. Thin as fuck. Like, it always annoys me. Just annoy me. Oh, they have the spear existing where it is. Fine. But then at the same time, you can literally get the winged spear, which is quite literally the same weapon, apart from looks. Like, literally right after you beat a silent demon. Because it's just in the fucking graveyard, you don't even have to try to get it. Pretty sure, yeah, actually, if you just go on the right side, it's the first weapon you find. So, why did they do that? And I'm pretty sure the Partisan is in the same boat in terms of just literally a reskin of the spear. Except with the Partisan, there's one of it. And it's not... yeah, it's in an area that you wouldn't really get immediately unless you use the path that I usually use to get to, well, Undead Parish early. So, but I haven't checked in a while to see if it actually is the same. Because even though it would just be spear only run, you could just retitle it like spear / wing spear / partisan, based on the fact that I'm pretty sure they are like require the same stats to use, have the same bonuses, and obviously end up requiring the same materials. Which is weird that you have those three being the same, and yet none of all of the swords that are like roughly equal in length, not only look different, but also are pretty much completely different. Because I'm pretty sure the broadsword is nothing like the longsword at all, or even the crystal straight sword or silver knight straight sword, or short straight sword. So why they make three roughly like possibly exactly the same? Cause, oh, now I'm actually gonna have to actually check to confirm if I'm lying or not. Or to find out somehow Partisan is worse, despite there only being one of it. Oh wait, no. Okay, yeah, I was wrong in saying Wing Spear was exactly the same as the Spear. Yeah, no, Wing Spear is literally better. Apart from in strength where it's worse, but it's got the same for dex. So it's got better base damage. But dex is still the same. I thought that they were completely the same. Clearly my rant about it was wrong. My original one. And really what I should have said is that why make it so that you can get the Wing Spear earlier than the regular spear? But it feels very similar to the rant of why put the S-Stock in a place that new players likely are not gonna be exploring, like immediately, meaning that by the time they could find it, it would be like over halfway into the game. Well, it depends if they ever wanted to go downwards, which hard to tell if any new players ever would. But then also I did point out when I was doing their stock run that the starting weapon for the Wanderer, which may have been the Falchion, or I can't remember what it was, but it pretty much was just better. So quite literally I was handicapping myself by swapping weapons to it. Like, it's not in the case of Broken Razor where you know that's bad off the start. Initially, there is nothing Satan that the S-Stock is just one of the worst dex weapons in the game. Like, you think, oh, it's just gonna be like most dex weapons could potentially be better than what I have right now. No, quite literally not, because you have the base weapon, you know, unupgraded than that. S-Stock unupgraded, and it's still still worse than what you already have. Okay, my hope for this to take half an hour. Yeah, not going so great when I haven't even got 10% on level 60. Okay, I know it looks bad. I'm checking my phone. Well, that's because there are genuinely chances I have at least one of my friend messages seen. I can get nothing important, but I do need to actually charge it. It's weird also seeing Tangular here and not Tangrowth. Despite this literally being post-game, or even a Weavile. Was that so hard to fucking do? Because why also make it so that you can't get here until you have 16 badges when your Pokemon are going to be higher level than everything? Like, it's obviously because of red, but then couldn't they just block off the mountain, but then keep this route available until you've beaten the league? Like, you'd think if it's really that dangerous, then the mons would be 50 as a minimum. Actually, by the time you reach them, it has to be like 55 minimum. Especially in the remakes. because I'm the only one that's had the problem with levels when playing this game. That is arguably the biggest problem with this game. It's like you need levels, but then you just end up having to grind because it's a combination of regular trainers' levels are too low, but bosses' levels are too high. Because normally you're supposed to get at least a decent balance, or just have enough trainers with good enough Pokemon so that you can get the levels without it feeling like you can get from one town to another town whilst also fighting all of the trainers after you've already beaten like the gym beforehand, and yet somehow you are still not able to do anything against them, and not even because of typing, just generally due to levels. That's when you know that design has gone out the window. I mean, at times, fine, if you were literally doing a solo Pokemon run, and the Pokemon you were using is quite good, i.e. Ursaring, for example. Because you're likely going to have higher stats than normal when you have, like, roughly 500 base stats, compared to Pokemon that barely even have 300, and in some cases like 330 because starters. So yeah, something like that, but then you're not gonna exactly be starting off with a level 5 Ursaring all the time. So even for casual playthroughs in this, the grindings are immense. My run, for example, I had to do pretty much an entire stream of just grinding, like 1.5 in the round just below the Safari Zone. Pretty much the entire stream was just that, and that may have been not even just for the sick gym, just that my team was so bad. Granted, they were literally being led by a Slowpoke that was ages away from evolving. But it was, yeah, shortly before I got an Alakazam. Pretty sure, yeah, definitely had an Espeon, but Confusion was the best it had. I don't think it even had Psybeam. God, that's bringing up memories from at least over a month ago. Because I'm trying to think which part it was. Because I didn't want this is 15, no, 16 or 17 at this rate. So how long until I run into a shiny Ponyta are gonna be like one of the best shiny on this route? Because Blue Flames better than the Green Flames that Rapidash has now compared to Gen 2, where it actually had Blue. I don't know why it was changed. I don't know how it was changed. Unless they forcefully changed it. But then that would be weird to do. Pretty sure. Yeah, Tanglers isn't that bad. Sneasel, there's, you know, the interesting one where it's like pink and yellow. I don't think for this area at this time there's any others, unless I'm missing one. And level 60. I am now just thinking of, is there an actual ROM hack that fixes a load of shinies to either make them what they used to look like, for like some Pokemon used to look better in Gen 2, or just straight up make them better slash how they were intended to be, like Nidoqueen intending to be, how the others are in the line. Because it is just the one that fucks everything up. I don't guess we should fix many of the older ones. I mean, they fixed Charizard because they clearly didn't want their favorite Pokemon to be biting the dinosaur. So they fixed that one. And then they just didn't fix many others that are just bad for various reasons. Mostly boiling down to either does not change like much from the original, or the color chosen is just so bad. Like, if it's one color, it's just so bad, why do it? Or even color combination. Especially, you know, when it comes to Gen 6 and any of the vibrance was cleaned out. Because not only did they make it so that Pokemon had lifeless animations, but also make it so that they looked lifeless because the saturation was gone. Like regular mons and their shiny forms. Except for ones created in Gen 6, including the Megas and Origin forms, yeah, those ended up being fine, but ones before, nah, killed off. If you are needing any examples of the many, at least one is Parasect, where the mushroom on the back of the top of it was bright red for a while, and then it just became pink. Yeah, that's when, you know, saturation gets killed off and they just add Y into it. Thinking, this is fine. Like, I know to an outsider this sounds like I'm crazy, but considering how rare shiny Pokemon are, meaning that they're supposed to be good, meaning that they're supposed to be special, supposed to be, if I can say my words properly, anytime that at least one looks awful in any way, shape or form, people will complain about it. Because what if it was their favorite Pokemon and they wanted a really good shiny out of it, and then they just didn't get that, like me and Torterra, because the shinies used for Turtwig and Grotto are great, and then Torterra, it's just not it. Because honestly, that's when it becomes the worst, when it's your favorite that gets the treatment of bad shiny. Because then it just means you can't try and make him more special. Nope, it's just locked off. Okay, it's region 9 and I will just about get 10% to 61. Okay, I'm just wanting to genuinely check. If it's better to train on the inside, because there is potential for it, because I'm seeing up to levels of 45 compared to out here. Oh wait, you can get Dodu and Dodrio out here, and 5% in day and morning. And only then? But arguably not better to go inside, because then I'd just be finding Gravelers and Onyxes, and I don't want to be doing that. Instead, I'll just be staying out here. Okay, 2 across the board problem speed. Well, oh. Well, are you saying that because you were working on your thesis? No, what I'm doing, which I don't know if it's helping you. I guess it's just something on in the background. Because I genuinely don't know how long this will take, because my plan of half an hour, yeah, that's not gone well, is it? Am I gonna have to be sorry for the move? What, moving to? I don't know where the fuck I'm literally just not gonna fucking move it, because I find a way to move it, make the camera angle worse, and not know where exactly it was for the good camera angle. Like, I knew that this vine had shown me before, like what? I guess the main boss. It's just a staple in all of the runs I have done. This one's arguably the most egregious. You know, due to the levels I have to get to against the levels I am facing off against, as well as unable to just use Versus Seeker over and over again. Because the version that I want does not exist in this game. The closest I have is rebattling gym leaders, but that would take way too much effort to even set up, and even then I don't think I'd want to face all of them. Because I don't think I'd really want to face Blue at all. Due to a tight reverse take. Blaine, yeah, absolutely. Janine, yes. Erica, yes. Brock, yes. Faulkner, yeah. Likely not Jasmine. Price, possibly. Claire, no. Intense Surge, no. Misty, no. Sabrina, no. Okay, so no. Who else am I missing? Oh. Bogsy, no. Whitney, no. Morty, I guess, maybe? No. I'll Chuck. Absolutely Chuck. I don't think there are any others left. I mentioned Jasmine, I mentioned Claire and Price. Yeah, I think that's all of them. And also, I'm still recovering. Somehow, still recovering from the fact that, you know, I managed to recover the files after somehow they were put into recycling bin for no reason. And the things could not get bad enough. How long until I retrace what happened in the MDB video, well, the Dry Bread, where he encountered a shiny Tangler in this area? Granted, it was in gold, but same encounter rate. Well, same shiny encounter rate. I don't think it's gonna budge. Just still have not encountered a shiny in any of these runs. Ever. Just ever. And not even in the case of able to use one for my team. Because if it was one that was actually my type that I'm using, like, I would attempt to use it as much as possible. Regardless if it's one I wasn't planning to use, or if it's one with a bad nature. I will, because it's a shiny. Yeah, it's gone over the time that I was wanting this grind session to be finished between 3. I haven't even finished 1 yet. And considering I need to get 9 levels on Palindrome. And 7 on Pants. Somehow my maths didn't want to work. You know, just a combination of 16 levels. Actually, if I didn't have to deal with the fuckery at the start, it would likely be close to done. Because I would have had an extra 40 minutes of grinding. And not spend that time being in one of the most amounts of pain I have ever fucking been in. I mean, this is the start bit is definitely going to be kept into the video. Well, VOD. Because as if I'm going to be cutting now, hell no. And there is something I really want to mention, but I do not, based on what it could bring. Likely we'll save it until 10 PM. I really should at some point just start the Arkham Knight playthrough. Because I have done, you know, Origins, Asylum and City. It's just that kind of I'm only technically putting off 9 because I knew how long the base game was going to take. Without not even factoring the really short DLCs and I have played none of the DLCs. I mean, it was definitely me just putting off the game that, despite not even having the most Riddler trophies, will just feel like it would take the absolute longest, because open world is just massive. Pretty sure it's larger than the cities one, and it's what, you know, city may have had more, but a lot of nights ones just require the fucking Batmobile. When they really just shouldn't. And also, I think there's more side quests to do, and I think like the main game, well, the story is longer. This is off of memory, and likely terrible. Because I have not even played the terrible Steam version. I just know of how bad it was. I just hope that when I start to play, it's not gonna be as bad as it was on launch. That would be impressive though, if somehow 7 years afterwards it said it was fixed, and then just never fixed, despite them taking the game off of the store for a year to fix it. Gave what, everyone refunds, hopefully refixed. But if anything, that's likely to happen after the second Dark Souls run. So yeah, it's likely gonna have to be by next year that will even start. Oh really? I know that's not stab in any way. How does that Sneasel survive a Thunderbolt? Gonna have to question that. Nope, cannot whistle. And just never will be able to. Oh. I mean, I've just accepted it. That me trying to whistle is like me getting a fucking shiny Pokemon right within my next 5 encounters. Not going to fucking happen. Okay, I have not bit myself in the arse just yet, because something along those lines is normally what happens right before a streamer encounters a shiny, but as if I am the lucky motherfucker in terms of shinies, because I am not. In other cases, I am the lucky motherfucker. In this, I am not. No matter how much I want to be. And then we'll be finding the ponytails at this rate. Because do they give the least amount of XP? And so it would just be slightly quicker. Because that was, what, 1368? What does Tango give? Okay, it's about 100 more, so it's not worth even fighting ponytails at all. And yeah, that's what, roughly 5 encounters and nothing. And also, yes, I am very much noticing it's going for 4 viewers to 5. just these random parts of silence. Because I know if I were to just constantly talk, my voice would disappear quicker than it already is going. What else is there more to say for grinding sessions? They're just a necessity in all the Pokemon games. Like, in most scenarios, they are just a requirement. The only way, obviously, it's not going to be if you're just hacking rare candies or use a legendary off the start. But for stuff like this, yeah, it's going to be necessary. Yeah, that's how weak Palinjoy means. I even own a Don fan with Stab Psychic. I done it again. I haven't attached a lucky egg onto Palinjoy. How does this happen? And that wasn't even far off the amount of XP I got from a fucking Ponyta with lucky egg. Try not to yawn, that's when it becomes bad. Just real fucking bad, and I just stop fucking slouching. Seriously, what do I really have much to talk about? Because I've already discussed future streams. Okay, I'm not going to try and make Zinlands my only topic, but also how I thought the spear, the wing spear in Partisan and Dark Souls were the same when they're not. Because I generally did think that they were exactly the same, just to find out. No, my original complaint was that they made it so that the wing spear was arguably better than the regular spear, but you get the wing spear later, and it is not guaranteed, while the wing spear is. Because, yes, strength may be worse, but for a weapon like the spear, you're not going to be using strength, you're going to be using fucking dex. So, streams just makes strength irrelevant, meaning that you can put into other stats, like if you want to be really nimble or have high health. Dun 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 dun. Okay, for this grind session, I know that code put other copy-free stuff on. But I already did that earlier when I was genuinely trying to find out a way of, you know, how to recover this file that was out of my hands or how it disappeared. I still hate, because I generally thought I just had to end the stream completely solely due to the fact that I couldn't complete this. Like, I knew it was going to be slow, but now it really does feel like I'm not even going to get to 10 PM before finishing this grind off. Or because Ponyta's here for some reason, and no Pangrowth, no Weavile, I can't find Dojo at this point in time. Why did they make those two, like, morning and day exclusives, but then also to add 5% on both of them? Like, fine to have this end up being Earth Ring. I can speak. Yeah, Earth Ring in Soul Silver because they're exclusive. But then surely they could just made it so that you could find both. Cause post game. And then it will, pretty sure it would just be taken from Crystal, because it just, well, some just in choices are made in Crystal regarding Pokemon that are obtainable and not. The obvious one being having Teddias to be found in, I thought, oh god, Dark Cave, there we go. It was that simple of a name, I couldn't actually remember it. Have one being encountered there, low chance but you can still find it. And then also remove Mareep from the game entirely. Like a staple from classic Gen 2 runs. Like, you know, if every like Gen 2 casual run has Ampharos in it. I feel like at this point now it's just a fact. Like the meme of the Sinnoh team being pretty much exactly the same as always. I feel like Ampharos and likely Typhlosion are just staples of a Gen 2 casual run. Can't really say that much for the other gens, because I really don't think you really does not seem like it. It's just Gen 4 is the most famous one. Gen 2 it's a bit behind, because it's mostly just seemed like just Typhlosion and Ampharos in it. Can I at least get to level 57 before half 9? Now I found encountering Ponytails every other time. And yeah, it does not feel like I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. Just by highlighting, it's like 22 past 9. It really does not feel like it. Even though they just made it look like I felt like it, because I still feel like I actually have something in it. And no, I don't look as tired. And no, oh god, there was something in it. Yeah, it's not due to the tired part. Arguably, I should be. Because I did wake up tired. Because, yeah, I suppose I got up like A-ish and then just left it till later and later. Because for some reason, my only like online seminar, 9 AM on a Tuesday. Yeah, just out of the blue. I mean, it doesn't always last for like the full-on hour, but the fact that from 9 AM till 10. Normally you think, I'll just go back to sleep. No, my body wouldn't allow me to do that. If I get up fully, then in most cases I can't get back to sleep. The only way I would actually be able to get back to sleep is if I wake up and do not leave the bed. No, I have to force myself that much. And no, this isn't just a... Okay. Well, I mean, it's certainly come back at an interesting time of... I've got one from... Oh, I know it is. I know it. That exportation, yeah, no. I'm gonna have to end up having to do it. I just don't like it. And the fact that for some of my stuff it literally does say this part has to be submitted in a PDF file. Yeah. Which is why it's like... Just keep it in a Word document, is it really? Well, I wouldn't know too. Despite having to use it, I often do not format my stuff in PDF files because I leave it in Word because then none of the formatting fucks up. Yeah. So I still don't know why. But it's usually like that one file amongst everything else that has to be in PDF. Yeah, I think, yeah, one of mine, but one has to be PDF, the rest can be Word documents. Well, I don't remember, at least for dissertation, if mine has to be. Wouldn't surprise me if it says I have to put in PDF. But I'm thinking of another module where it didn't specify file formats, but most of the time it's Word. Where I'm thinking of last year, where one was PDF, one was MP4 file, and the rest were just Word. Fuck. Latex. Definitely unexpected. I can't be the only person thinking that I would honestly rather grind in Pokemon games for how much, like, the amount that I have done, than actually decide to do uni work. Like, I somehow find grinding more enjoyable than uni work itself. Is that an inherently bad thing to say? Or is it just the truth? Good. Good thing I wasn't just the only one. I don't know what it is specifically, but just the fact that I find this more enjoyable, despite it being grinding and usually universally hated, still find it more enjoyable than uni work itself. I can attest to that because despite getting quite a bit of one of my modules sorted, like, kinda, well, more like word count wise, to eventually fix it up. This is more enjoyable than trying to think of stuff to just write up. I mean, it's arguably as to why I won't ever, like, do full-on scripted YouTube videos. Like my dry bread, you still do, well, did when he was not in, well, I guess hospital. Yeah, I just couldn't because so much I would have to write, and I'm not one for writing scripts. I just haven't, because it's not like I'm trying to write for a TV show. But, you know, despite writing for most of my life, I still end up not liking it. I may know what the fuck to do, but that does not mean that I like it. Because knowing me, I will completely forget something to write in that was absolutely necessary. Or somehow find, like, a sentence that doesn't make sense because I missed out one word. And for some reason, Microsoft Word's like, you know, Word fucking error checker doesn't pick it up, and yet I end up picking it up like a month later. So, you know, despite how much money Microsoft likely put into Word's system, trying to make it so that it will check every sentence to make sure it actually sounds good. Well, at least sounds like it makes sense. Yeah, there are just sometimes it just doesn't. I mean, I'm saying all this and I need to get my ass into gear because I pretty much did no work for like past, what, 3 days? Yeah, Saturday. I'm pretty sure I attempted to do some stuff on, like, on the afternoon, and then in the night I couldn't, and then I was waiting for some stuff to arrive on the Sunday. Oh wait, no, I wasn't. I was just, I was being lazy until the stream, and then Monday I was waiting for shit to arrive. And the only thing I can say today, despite some stuff going on, managed to get at least 2 hours of work done. Which is fucking nothing. In the grand scheme of things. I don't want to just do the 9 till 5 system. Because I did that during the last few stages of college. Did it get my stuff done? Yes. Did it still kill me? Yes. But at least for that, it wasn't me like having to go into the building at least twice a week. Without for college because, you know, it was during COVID and that. I was just able to do 9 till 5. Because no lessons were on, nothing else was given, it was just... Yeah, we have deadlines, just do your stuff before then. Oh, fuck off, Rapidash. How are you surviving that, you prick? I wish I could say it was chill, not during, like, for a lot of people, and potentially, like, certain YouTubers and streamers, great. For me, nah. I initially, like, when I look back on it, thought, oh, I was in the group that was fine. But that was when I had completely forgotten I pretty much had to do 9 till 5 for uni, for college work. Just to get it done. So pretty much throughout it, I just couldn't. But I don't think it ruined me completely. At least to my knowledge, it didn't seem like it did at the time. Because I was just inside. You know what, I didn't have any because all of mine was entirely coursework. Which initially sounds great, which at times it is. But for my type of stuff, it was interesting. I mean, I'm not surprised that people did cheat, but did they all get away with it? Because, actually, no, just figure out a reason. Oh. So yeah, that was going on, and I couldn't attempt to cheat any of my stuff because the turn it in system, you know, the one that checks all of the like all of the work to make sure it's not taken from somewhere. When you say no mistake can do. Do you mean the people who cheated or the ones that are supposed to be checking the work? Because I've got to be on both ends, they can't do much. Because in what way are you entirely meant to prove you didn't just... Oh. Oh yeah, Professor, yeah, they can't do much to try and, like, get absolute proof from the students that they didn't cheat. Like, considering it's online, yes, could just take stuff from it, but then at the same time you could just come to the same conclusion via the same method. Or just write the stuff down very similarly. That feels very similar to the rule of... I think I read it somewhere where if the building doesn't, like, no longer exists, like, you know, gets destroyed in some way, then... oh. Yeah, just calculations. Yeah, that... yeah, we were trying to prove that you didn't cheat. It was no doubt bound to have the same answers. Just in one perspective, proving that people actually did decide to revise. But like I was saying, I don't know if it's ever happened. Just that I'm pretty sure... oh, what the oh god. That I'm pretty sure there is a rule. I think in the UK, it could be like everywhere, that if the building for where education, you know, it's supposed to happen, gets destroyed in some way, then every student who attended there gets like highest honors. Because, you know, normal education can be done. So if it gets destroyed... like, I don't know if anything has, like, ever come through that. Oh, Bernstein, you can... If a natural disaster occurs during an exam, all students present pass. If a university burns down or is destroyed otherwise, all current students immediately graduate with a bachelor's degree. Yep, that is the rule. Except I'm pretty sure, because this is Britain, that has never happened before. Right. It really does seem like a thing in Britain. You know, there's not gonna be a natural disaster to destroy a building. Yes, there is a genuine chance that it just ends that. But then that would have to be extreme proof. But then also, wouldn't that just mean everyone but the arsonist, if the arsonist was a student, would get bachelor's degrees? But also, I don't know if it's actually happened. I'm guessing they just had that rule there in case something in the extreme ever did happen. I mean, yeah. I may have to just look up, like, if it has ever come into force. Because it really just feels like it's one of those rules where they only made it in the rare chance it ever happens. Because they just know it's not going to. But if it ever does, we are not just going to make it so that all of the students just fail. Because, you know, any of the students, like, doing anything to do with science and in the labs are fucked. Anyone in, like, my area gaming and was using mocap, if that's gone, you're fucked. But at the same time, that is also one. Because, you know, the Unity board would still say, you have the other lamps functioning. Use those. If it was all of them, then yeah, you can't do anything. I'm pretty sure you would just get the bachelors. I mean, you say here in the fire alarm, but it could easily be like a fire drill. Or someone decided to pull it for a prank. Which... I don't know why I thought of it like that, as if any, like, 20-year-old or even 19-year-old, anyone that's essentially a young adult, as if they're gonna think, oh yeah, let me just pull fire alarm for a prank, yeah. Totally not 9 again. But actually, fire alarm going off could easily happen in my area, because the PCs could just be set on fire. Like, if they have to process too much, and it, you know, just gets too hard to poof. Especially if the fan is faulty, or just completely turned off. Or they just got, oh god, what was that PC that's really old? That was just known for being, well, just storing its heat internally and just not working because it would overheat every time. Yeah. I don't think my PC has ever come completely close to just exploding from heat. Because yeah, there are times when it's gone quite hot, but not to the point where I feel like I'm gonna smell a fire at some point. I should likely not have my game run at 4K with full-on ray tracing. Oh no. How old was the laptop? Because I have a terrible laptop from 2015. I think at least a few times it overheated or just ran so slowly that I gave up with it. Oh, 2009. That is old for a PC or laptop. And I thought mine was old at 2015. Because, you know, that's 7 years old. The only stuff from 2015, well, yeah, PCs, arguably from back then, are not working. Or at least most aren't. Oh, just one game of League. You needed a bug just for it to not kill over. That is rough. Also, I'm pretty sure the title of the stream is now really accurate by saying potential finale. Because I don't think I didn't just put finale in it, because I knew there was a genuine chance it wasn't going to be the actual one. I mean, aside from all of the shenanigans that happened at the start, just felt like I would have been close with the finishing of the grinding. That sounded weird. But I knew I wouldn't complete it. We're getting the team to 64 because that was the level Espeon was at when one got Psychic. And also I'm pretty sure the plan was to possibly challenge the upgraded Elite Four. To at least see if, you know, it would at some point just be best to grind on them. Phrasing. but more like use that as grinding instead of here. And also, I don't really want to go to level 75. This is as painful grinding as it is, and what we're gonna add 11 more levels onto it. Because I'm pretty sure, well, I beat Red and GSC with like level 50-ish mons, and then for this, I swear in other regular playthroughs I've done 60-ish. So I will try mid-60s and see how bad that goes. Even though that's likely to have to be next week. Potentially. But that will still be more because trainer battles and we're also past the point of needing money. So it would still be faster than doing this. Yeah, I don't know why it's just those two wanting to be almost every single fucking time, but okay. Unless it's because they have high encounter rate tonight. Yeah. I'm just not even trying bonuses because they give the lowest amount. It's ridiculous. Oh, well, not white ground, black to white to ground. Because I've already done white with flying type, so it will be black to white to with ground is the likely option. And also did mention the team would likely have Sandshrew /Sandslash as the MVP. Because, you know, the only pure guarantee on the team. And also because I don't think Donphan is even available in the game. I could be wrong. Been a bit since I have seen the options I had. But I do know Excadrill is a possibility. And also Claydol. And also Flygon. And Seismitoad. And also Gliscor. Claydol is in need of redemption, absolutely. After making it seem like I could have been one to use it on my team. And then just nothing. The fuck do you want, Brent? Also, if it is ground, then yeah, then it would be my first time actually using Excadrill. Because despite how good the type it is, you know, it's the same as Steelix. Just have not been one to use it. Well, I think. Let me actually. Wait, this is gonna be weird. I'm looking at the PowerPoint stuff I made for potential teams to use. Of it literally just being the types I haven't used yet. Which actually would just be funny if I put on just as that. Yeah, just terrible that I'm pretty sure I just got these spice off at least one website, I can't remember, but I did make, if they were enough ones, I made 2 teams. Like fire, I'm able to make 2 of like half of the team not even being the same. And also noticing I'm not using Simiseb at all. And then we have water. Made 2 teams for it because look at the amount, many upon many options we got. Including one familiar face. Actually, I can't really say face for starting because I ain't got one. So just familiar figure. But I still put his consideration because it's the only water and psychic type. But then I also have Jellicent. And I can't remember if, well, which type is better than the other. Like combination wise. And then Poison. Somehow managed to make 2 teams out of it. Even though I barely changed much. Because I literally only changed 2 members and that's it. Because it's either go for the team that has the 3 Gen 5 poison types in it, or one that features Weezing and a Gen 4 one. But also, if this was like, what, 2020, then the first team would have likely been used for one really specific reason. Yes, it was very obvious because somehow in 2020 that game was the only thing people fucking played. And then I literally didn't have any like second team options for Dragon. That's all the dragons you got. It's very powerful, yes. But also one ice move and all of them are gone. Especially the last 2. And also you can say it's OP, but that high dragon, we wouldn't get the high dragon until late, the latest game possible. Like just before the champion. So we would be stuck with, for most of the game, a fucking dino. And then we got Bug. Which, I had to get 2 teams out of that. Even if the second one I'm less inclined to use because I don't like Durant at all. Oh yeah, for that, absolutely, because Jonagon has no base form. Trapinch is still quite strong, Swabber is just weak. Dino is funny. But by the time you get it, it's just awful. And there is actually some... I don't know if you can get Swaboo early. Really don't know, but... Yeah, with Borg, I didn't even try to make it so that it would be entirely Gen 5 bugs. I think I just tried to make it so that it was at least 50% Gen 5 bugs. Although, if anything, I like the top team more. Because we get to use 2 rivals. And also... Scavalier, which I have never used, or Corona never used. And yeah... I know the role Shuckle would be in. It's just that in most cases, it'd be really slow. So I guess it'd kind of be support, but also just be used to heal the other teammates. Because it's either that or Crystal, but I don't think they fill the same role. I mean, that would kind of work, because Vespiquen is surprisingly slow. I think the... Well, I'm pretty sure Selgor definitely isn't. And only Vania. It definitely works specifically for Shuckle. But then that also means I'd have to pair it with a Scavalier. just so I can actually get Trick Room to work more than just once. And then we've got Ice, one of the most limiting types. Because I don't know if you can tell, but at least 4 of those options are just pure Ice. And Ice is bad enough. Oh yeah, this wasn't the plan to happen yet. But I have considered doing it in Gen 7. Where we will be able to use a Lowland Sandslash and Mamoswine. But also, another reason that's why this isn't gonna happen is because you can't get Glaceon into literal post-game. That's how cruel they fucking were. And then we have Fighting. Not back to black, because we still have Gen 6 in between. I haven't even planned out Gen 6 at all. Unless I just skip over Gen 6 entirely and go to 7, and then come back for 6. I don't know. And then yeah, fine. As you can tell, amazing options. I mean, is it OP? Kinda? Actually, no. Physically, yes. But if I wanted to be more of an arse, I would have replaced Throw with Sork. Then we have a Pokemon with Sturdy in a generation where Sturdy is good. Because the amount of times I've had to fight Sork in a Gen 5 game where it has Sturdy all the fucking time is too much. That time's what? Yeah, Gen 3. I'm pretty sure 1 is not in Black 2, White 2. Unless I forgot. I genuinely couldn't tell you. Because there's not exactly a Pokemon I think about a lot. Mainly because for Psychic Fine, I just think of Gallade, which is also not in Black 2, White 2. And then, yeah, okay, I really had no other options for Ghost. That's all of the Ghosts you get. Pretty cool team, considering, you know, only 2 of them are pure Ghost. But I feel like Golok would be lagging behind. And then there's Ground, my proposed team of Sandslash, Flygon, Klingdo, Escazil, Gliscon, Seismitoad. I don't know if I would need to change much because I originally was going to have Camelot on the team, but then I realized I could just have Flygon with Flamethrower, there's no point. And I thought Mamoswine was going to be on this team, clearly no. Like that team there, I would say it's good enough because it does use at least 1 Gen 5 Mon, well 2, because I'm not using Sunfisk, absolutely fucking not. And also Golug to melee to Ghost, if anything. And also, yes, Crocodile is there, but if anything, would rather want to use Claydol, because I don't get a fucking chance to use Claydol, and yet I've used Crocodile at least a few times. And also, I'm pretty sure Claydol can at least learn. Yeah, but it's not like it's a pseudo legendary. If it was Garchomp here, I would likely say yes, but it is not. It's just the Pokemon that has been overshadowed by said pseudo legendary, because of course it is. But what would you change it to? Because I was also trying to, you know, have at least one Pokemon with fly, because this is a glider and cannot learn fly. So I was just planning to at least have a flyer. And there were no other flyers. And also the only other things I could see replacing it will likely be Stunfisk. Because Ice and Ground, well, Seismitoad can learn ice moves. Camelot, I guess, because I don't think any others can learn fire moves. I don't want to use Stunfisk anyway. Steelix is a no. Well, I'm pretty sure Stunfisk can't because it just flops about. And Camelot was, yeah, the other one. But then, like I said, I could just give Flygon Flamethrower. And also, I did say I wanted at least one Pokemon fly. Well, it's not been known to fly because since its conception, it's been a glider. Which is literally the first part of its name, glide. Glider. Glide. And if I was trying to make this more cool on myself, I would go... Look, that was Gen 1 and they just stuck with it. And also someone did come up with a funny way of how it would fly, where it just uses its heads to fly. Which is funny. But yes, if I was going to make this really hard on myself, I would use Camelot instead of Flygon. But I feel like in every run, if I can get a Pokemon that can learn fly, I will fucking take that opportunity. Because Flygon, last time I checked, is able to learn fly, and no other ground types can. Because like I said, the one flying type just can't. Mainly because you can't get Landorus in this. Because for some reason you need the 2 from Black and White and can literally only get those in Black and White. And you don't know it's be seen in Black and White too. Well, if you're saying the whole team, that is bound to happen. It is it is ground. Also, for both of those, I have Seismitoad to block incoming shots for both. And also Ice, I have Flamethrower and Flygon. So there's that, and I'm pretty sure... I actually... Can Claydol learn Thunder Bomb just out of the fucking blue? No, it can't. It can learn Charge Beam, though. So there's something. Okay, so... I still feel like the team I set up is the one to go with. Like, if I was ever to do a run of it afterwards where I change one mon to make it more difficult on myself, then yeah, I likely would do it with have Camelot in the team. But because I need a flyer that can learn fly, I am keeping fucking Flygon. Oh, that would have been so good for it to be in 62 then. No. 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 I really don't think I can get this grind done within the hour. Well, I want to see how close I can get. 2 in everything. K. Kind of do feel like I guess you could say, like, aside from gens 1 and 2, using dragon is, oh, well, actually no, even gen 4 in a way, the dragon's over here. I'm saying that because pretty sure you can get at least a decent amount in gen 3, unless it's just going to be, well, at least 1 pseudo and then 2 that are not, because otherwise you're just going to end up using Rayquaza. If it could absolutely fit, I would, but I don't. The character limit is not gonna like it. Because I do agree in that. Like, I do prefer Flygon over Garchomp. It's just on the side of annoying that that Flygon was doing so well. And then Pseudo Legendary just comes in and embodies it the next generation. Like, I can't think of any other case where that has happened. Where a Pokemon that has high stats, but isn't a pseudo, just gets bodied in the next generation by an actual pseudo. Yes. That's why it's the same typing. That's why it just makes it more painful. Of just dragging ground, and like at that point in Gen 3, it was a unique typing. And then I decided to reuse it again for Garchomp and make it one of the best competitive Pokemon ever made. Because that ability of Levitate, yeah, that may be funny when you try and use like Earthquake against it, but that does not help because it was already resistant to ground, I think. Oh, wait. Oh, now I can't even remember if if ground resists itself, or does it just make it immune? All ground moves mean that it can't fight itself. Well, Garchomp can't fly because it's a land shark. At least it is design wise. And then you have Kingdra, that is a dragon horse. And then, well, I guess you also have my dragon that just floats. And then you have Gojo, which is, I have no idea what the hell Gojo is meant to be, apart from a goo in a bodily form. So, you know, just a few dragons. And also, could Flygon be well, Flygon's definitely a contender for most good over Dragon type. Because another one is likely Mega Sceptile. Based on the fact that it only becomes Dragon type upon Mega Evolution, meaning it does not get access to Draco Meteor. Because they decided not to make it a Dragon type before the Mega. Even though I feel like they could have done that to make it so that all of the Hone starters became dual typed when fully evolved. Just a consideration. Unless they didn't do that because then they wanted to do that for Gen 4. And then the complete opposite for 5. I mean, you can. The only way to fix that, or at least make it balanced, is to have the other types be dragon as well. I.e. the plan, you know, so it's like grass dragon, fire dragon, water dragon. Out of all those, water dragon would arguably be the best one. But at least it means they can hit all, each other super effectively. Because, you know, the grass, fire, and water just wouldn't do much. Well, if you mean in the case of what? The older types being dragon. Do not say it's gonna be easy for beating a rival. Considering, oh, I'm pretty sure I've had some tough rival battles in any of the playthroughs I've done. I mean, you can say it like a game, but if we're gonna count like all rival battles, then what about, you know, Gen 1 champion battle that is with your rival that you could so easily lose to? Which I guess is technically Gen 3, but also, yeah, layer, yeah, they're definitely easier. I can't think of one I struggled against. If anything, I get reminded of like what a YouTuber did, like a Nuzlocke in Gen 7, and he lost a mon against Howl, like one of the last, I think actually the last Howl battle, where he used a Z move. It should have killed off one's Decidueye, but it survived on so little. And then the Decidueye used a Z move back, like Bloom Doom or something, and just one-shot the Beware. So I guess Nuzlocke it. Nuzlocke especially, like, I think it was, I can't remember what he named it. Oh, Wonderlock, yeah, because he was only using Pokemon off of Wonder Trade. So stuff like that for Nuzlocke, they're still going to be hard. But I feel like for casual playthrough, when you know the team that you have and can do strategies without having to worry about one of your mons being lost permanently, then it's definitely easy. Especially in, you know, in Let's Go, where that entire game is piss easy. And they could have done so much more with it, and they just didn't. But hey, level 64, and it took over to... It's now plus 10. Great. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get 7 levels in about half an hour to an hour. That is not possible. See how much I can get by about half 10. I've done the thing again. How many times? I've done it every single fucking time. Forgetting to switch over the fucking lucky egg. How much of an idiot can I really be? Those eyes on the back of the head, definitely not standing to me, soul. Oh, fucking nowhere. How about in someone else's game? Because it didn't appear during the original grind. You know, right below fucking Safari Zone, and it's nowhere here. It's never going to happen. Normally that'd be set up for it to be shiny then. But this is live and not footage taken from somewhere else. So, a green tangler at this rate is not gonna fucking happen. I mean, I joked about it earlier, for like, just at one point said, the next 5 definitely won't be as shiny. And I was right. Definitely shiny now. No. I think I said that too late, honestly. Oh god, why am I doing that? I mean, it is it's 8,192. So as if I'm going to be able to find one. Because I'm pretty sure even with how much grinding I've done, I have not actually encountered 8,000 Pokemon. Is it because of the color blue? And most other water types are also blue. Actually, let me just check. Okay, no, I just wanted to randomly check to see if any of my team had Pokerus. Because then that would have been funny if I'd gotten Pokerus before a shiny, which has happened before. Despite Pokerus being 1/12,000. 12. Well, you wouldn't be the only one, because there are many cases where... Yeah, but this is one case with Pokerus, it's actually good. Because it gives you extra XP in battle. Problem is that it's not permanent, because it can wear off. But there is a way to keep it going, which is get at least one Pokemon with Pokerus and just keep it in the PC forever. Was it Gen 2? That I don't know the generation they introduced it. Because it may have been Gen 2 or 3. Definitely feel most prevalent in 4 and 5. But introduced wise, 2 or 3. It helped combat it, but I don't think it worked because we still have India and China. You know, just highly populated and also part of Canada, which is densely populated. In that most of Canada's landmass is bathed and used for their population. And then arguably it could be said for, I guess, any country apart from France. I don't know if it's still true of like France having like roughly same population as the UK, but having just way more landmass. Obviously has the landmass part, but I don't know about the roughly the same population part. And how that's somehow one country not suffering from overpopulation, just suffering from being French. I guess something could be said for Australia, because yeah, landmass is massive, and most of the people are just really down south. Because you have the outback, which is incredibly unforgiving and can split a car in half. Where else? Well, I guess you have parts of South America, because the Amazon rainforest exists. Well, hang on, that is difficult, because I swear there's like one part of France where if you do not speak French, then oh boy, you're in for a world of pain. I might as well just take out these Ponytas if I can't run for none. Why is it that when on the run button, you can't just flick up to fight, you have to go to back? Well, I don't know what part it was called. Just somewhere in France, if you do not speak French. Yeah, but when I mean World of Pain, I mean... pretty sure, like, French gangs would just beat you up. Like, not in the case of unable to talk to anyone, no. French gangs would just find the one person who doesn't speak French. Just hate you. And also beat you up at the same time. I saw 73 speed there. That is not looking promising. We're not even going to reach 100 by the time we are level 100, no doubt. If we're only reaching 73 now. Can I reach level 60 before half 10? Where I have one stat to show off that is extremely important. Also, is it just me, but do I often just rarely use ice moves to defeat ground types? Like, I often forget that ice is super effective against ground. Unless it's attached to like a Pokemon that's quad weak to it. Like Donphan, if it's just ground, I just forget about the ice part. Yeah, water often is just stab, and most time you're gonna use a water type against a ground type, so you would rarely often just use ice. The only time you'd end up constantly, well, I end up constantly thinking to use ice. It's for like ground and flying and ground and dragon. Those are the only times. Every other time with ground types that aren't resistant to water, use fucking water. Unless, you know, it comes to ground and water, and then just use grass. Yeah, it definitely does feel like we can reach level 60 before the end. What? Did it just fucking bounce, but not bounce away? Just decided to bounce all that. That honestly was a bit trippy for me, because I saw it for a split second. Didn't even read the text box until it already happened. Also, I didn't particularly ask when you were here, but is the current layout fine in terms of like placement of main screen, small screen, camera and chat? Because I did it on a whim. Well, I had to make sure, because the amount of times the amount of research I had to do for, like, making sure other people did something similar. Because it really doesn't help when most of the people... Yes, it is a regular thing now. Because I have it. I said that I was going to do it when I hit 69 followers. And it's just permanent now. It's not just a one-off thing. If I have it, I will use it. And there's level 60. Yeah, that is a problem. Because I will show you exactly what... Well, I'll save it. I will show you exactly what fucking happens. Because of how this is fucking organized. Well, how the camera is. So, if I... Yep, that is exactly what happens. It turns itself into a fucking square. Meaning I have to make it rectangular and then I can't make it any other way. Because make it into a square and then that's having to change way too much. Making a rectangle is the only way to make it look, well, everything else look better. I just... I mean, I could, but then how much are we needing to go? Because it just means chat has less of an opportunity. Oh, fuck, come on. I mean, is that better? Wait, hang on. Instead of trying to squeeze it over, just keep it like that. Seems a bit late to do it now. But I did say I had an important number to show. Which is, well... Okay, this is gonna look real weird. But... yeah, those numbers. Those are the most recent stats that I have. Well, the, Powerformers affiliate. But, just mainly focus on the one on the right. Of how fucking close I am. Meaning, there is a very high chance that after this stream, it will say that I am affiliate. Because of that number. But also, you will notice that the follower number is always wrong. Always has been, it always lags behind. But yeah, that average 3 concurrent viewers has been the bane of my existence for fucking months. And soon it won't be. So I will save again, because somehow this will find a way to fuck up again. Yeah, I'm just gonna... I could carry on to 11. But... well, I think subs actually activate when you hit affiliate, but I don't know for me if that will happen when this stream ends or when information comes in and decides to update. Because I know it can take like roughly 12 plus hours for it to fully update. So I generally actually don't know if or when it will update to say it's on free. But I might as well end it right here right now because I feel like I need to. Got all the stuff to do that is not. It was only important to me. I stop fucking blabbering. I've got nothing more to fucking add. Yes, Saturday. There's not going to be any changes this time. It's not going to be randomly put on a Sunday. Should be same time, same painful run that I am putting myself through for entertainment reasons. So, took the words right out of my mouth. Ciao. For now.